Comcast Newsmakers is on the road. We're here in Tallahassee at the state capitol, actually. The rotunda is right outside these doors we're taping from, and I'm Spiro Canton, and we thank you for joining us for these series of programs. Liza McFadden is our guest this hour. She's the president of Volunteer USA, and thanks very much for joining us. What are you doing up here? What's your priorities up here in Tallahassee this session?
Well, our priority is Teen Trendsetters. It's a program that is funded by both public, state dollars, as well as private dollars. And it provides teenagers who come into second and third grade classrooms to help students with reading. Those students are at least 9 months behind when we start with them, and by the end of the year, they've caught up. And it makes a tremendous difference in the students' lives and in their capability of moving on to the next grade level.
Okay. Now, the government has made a commitment towards education, and you're hoping the Teen Trendsetters are part of that commitment.
Absolutely. Governor Scott came out with his budget and said he wanted to put $1 billion into education. And we're very hopeful that education programs will see that benefit and that the legislature will stick true to that promise. And it means a great deal because reinvesting in education obviously is such an important component to ensuring that we get the employment numbers back up where they need to be.
This is the second year where you see a tremendous shortfall taking place as far as revenues are concerned. What are the chances that that commitment is going to be really going forward with the legislature?
Well, so far we've seen a lot of progress with folks really focused on conversations with education. The Senate has not yet come out even with their draft budget yet, so we're waiting on that. A lot of conversations going on behind the scenes. A lot of representatives and senators hosting special forums on education. Representative Adkins just did one last week. So that's exciting to see the level of discussion going on around education, around reading, and everything else involved with it.
Well, we were talking earlier about broadband adoption and how that's a key as well. And we're looking at how we can actually move forward with more primary students knowing what the internet is. A big difference as far as education as well as really going forward in the future for these kids.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so critical on two issues. I think number one is we need broadband used more in the classroom because if they're not able to access it in the classroom and they don't have it at home, there's just going to be a tremendous gap between the haves and have-not on how they interact with the internet and what they can learn and how fast they can learn. And so that's critical. Second, what we've found in studies, years ago I used to head up Power Up for the state of Florida, and that is all about making broadband and making the internet accessible. And a lot of these community programs and after-school programs for kids really need access. And so I think what Comcast is doing by taking this leadership and getting students involved and helping to teach through the internet is remarkable and really great.
In bridging the digital divide, we're a lot better off now than we were in the past, but do you think we still have a great deal farther to go? We
do. I mean, our foundation operates family literacy programs in some community centers who have very limited access. And, for very low income families, it continues to be a struggle. And the quicker we can make up that gap, it's going to make a big difference. And that's how we're going to, we have families that when we survey for our family literacy programs, they tell us they have an average of 12 or less books in their home. If you are able to get them on the internet, they have 1 million books.
That's true.
So, we can't push it hard enough and fast enough.
Thank you, Liza McFadden, our guest this hour on Comcast Newsmakers as we come to you from Tallahassee. I'm Spiro Canton. Thanks for joining us.